My name is Simon Katkov. I am the founder of UofTearless.com, which is a company that helps students avoid the feeling of drowning in school. You are about to watch a mentorship recording with one of my students where I actually help him go through this whole process of preparing for his exams, even though he's fallen behind in lecture. This video will give you non-BS strategies that you can use today in the real world to transform yourself into an elite student, even if you've fallen behind in class. If you want more videos like these, then subscribe and hit the thumbs up button. It's the easiest way to support the channel and enter the world of optimized learning. And if you want my personal help in finally getting your grades to reflect your effort, then you can fill out the contact form on UofTearless.com. It will be the first link in the description. Let's dive right into the video. Please enjoy.
There's only one other thing I've been thinking of, when do you think it's good to miss out on lectures and when it's actually good to go to lectures? Because I guess I was talking to some of my other classmates about it, how they just do mostly self-study all on their own, and they're able to get way higher. And sometimes honestly I feel like maybe just because my focus is fried, but it's so boring and it's also so slow, and then I actually have more time to do what I want.
Yeah. In regards to lectures, I'm going to take a very controversial take. I almost never go to lecture. And the reason is because not only can I learn faster than they teach, but I also don't have to be there and listen to somebody explaining it to understand what's going on. So here are the benefits that you get from being in lecture. If you don't need these, don't go to lecture. Number one, if you're totally lost and you don't even know where to start, go to lecture. But if you do the mental priming, the prepare and prime and the reading step of the pre-grade framework, you should be fine and you won't be lost. The second one is if you find it really, really hard to study the concepts at home. There are some times where I've been in my office for so long that I just can't bring myself to make the flashcards. So I will just go to lecture and make them in lecture. But it's not because I don't understand and I need the professor to explain. It's because I need to be in the setting where somebody else is going through it with me. So if I zone out, I'm zoning out on the words that are described in the lecture instead of just staring at nothing. The fact that the environment is going to affect you more than you will affect the environment. So here in my office, everything's controlled. There's nothing to affect. But the problem is if I am not capable of affecting, I'm not going to be able to do the work. So sometimes it's beneficial for me to go to lecture and then have the environment just affect me. Those are the only two reasons why I would go to lecture, because it's a lot slower. And honestly, when I was in first year, when AI did not exist, it was very difficult to find YouTube videos or articles that were about the topics that you were learning. And so going to lecture was one of the best ways that you could guarantee that somebody was going to explain the information in a way that made sense for your course and that was going to be tested on the exam. Now, there are so many tools. You don't need to do that. Remember when I told you about Learnable, the learning software? Yeah. So I was actually on a podcast with the founder of Learnable, and we tried to combine both of our study methods to make an even faster one. And we came to the topic of going to lecture, and we were both we just we don't go to lecture because at this point we can just learn so much faster. I have one from 6 to 9 every Thursday, and I don't go to it because one, I can't do work at 6. It's just, I'm so slow. So I can make flashcards for a 3-hour lecture in an hour and a half in the morning. So I just do that. And I probably learn it better than having somebody explain it to me where they go through multiple examples of something that I've already got, because they lecture to the average. Lectures are for the average student and the rate that the average student learns at. And the average is not that good. A lot of people don't get things on the first try. If you're somebody who gets things fairly quickly and then you just want to go and practice it on your own, don't go to lecture. Especially if it's recorded, then I will almost never go to that lecture. On the first day, I'll usually go just to find out if it's recorded, and when they go over the syllabus and talk about assignments, and if there's we're setting groups or signing up for presentations or something, then I will go to those. If there's no grade for me to be there, there's no attendance, I won't go.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, you can save a lot of time. You just really have to be diligent about self-studying. That has to be something there's not a lot of resistance for when you sit down to study.
That's the one thing that was affecting me last term. I tried to do more self-study, but I would get distracted. But I guess now I'm learning a lot from what I could have done better last term. So hopefully, looking forward to doing better this one.